All right, let's get these piston rings on. We'll make sure our vise is nice and clean. I don't want all my nice clean motor parts getting dirty. And then we'll take our number 1 piston, drop it in there, and I'm going to tighten that vise just enough to hold it. Doesn't need a lot of pressure on it. It's good. And we'll start with the oil ring. So remember, we got that paint mark there, so that's what we want to use to line up our bottom ring once we get to that point. So we'll slide that over top. Right there you can see the split. That's where the wire holds the spring together. We're going to put that right together. And I'm going to put my paint mark over here where you can't see it, but I can. And then we're going to make sure we got our dot to the top. Drop this guy over top. I usually don't recommend doing this without a pair of ring expanders, but these oil rings are so fragile and so thin and flimsy that they're just a lot easier to put on by hand. Kind of stretching the spring where I shouldn't be, but you don't want to stretch these any more than what you have to get them in place. Okay, let's make sure that's in there the way I like it. All seems good. There's our paint mark right where the gap is. That's where you want that to line up. Right there, so perfect. You don't have to adjust the gap on the spring because it's a spring. All right, that's the next bottom one. We want to make sure that that goes to the top side. The next bottom one, it's the second compression ring or scraper ring. A lot of different names you can call them. I forgot these rings, this bore size in this motor, my ring expanders don't work for this. Well, you're gonna have to laugh at me, but I'm gonna use this big pair of snap ring pliers for this because my fingers are not strong enough to do this reliably, and kind of forgot that my piston ring expanders don't work for 855s and like such. Oh, that's hard on my hands. This one should be a little easier. And that one won't be. Is that up? That's the top side. Yep. Be gentle, don't scratch it. Well, that could be better. This is just a clean bucket of clean 1540 oil, so I'll use that to soak these guys. Want to make really sure that those ringlands get right full of oil. Kind of like the more the better. And then it'll sit there and drip off. All right, we got some nice new rod bolts here. We'll get them lubed up and ready to go. Yeah, I'm going to turn this around so that these journals are at the top. Like that. And we'll start with number 1 here. Get these piston rings aligned. Got the bearing tang there. That notch goes towards the camshaft. The camshaft is on my side, so that means it goes this way. Looks like this is going to be a tight fit with those washers there. But we will work with it. Alright, this has got a top and a bottom, so the bottom is that way. Gotta get this guy around our piston rings. Whoop, came off. Try that again here. Now, why you want to be like that? Like so, should be able to just pop this down. You don't want to hit it too hard because if one of those rings hangs up, they're easy to break. So you got to be able to feel that and know. According to that, we're on top of the journal. Yep. Okay, I just got to do that 5 more times. All right, pistons are in. Let's see how this thing turns now. Feels great. This motor has the 5/8 rod bolts, so I'm going to torque them all to 100 foot-pounds and then 150. And this is where not having an engine stand kind of sucks. One of these days I'll build one or buy one from somewhere. There we go, 100 and then 150 on them all. So now I'll make sure that it turns really good. Smooth. Okay guys, a couple more parts I ordered up from Friday Parts, and that is piston cooling nozzles. These things are plastic, and I broke most of them when I was taking them out. So that's what the old one looks like. Whoop! That's what the old one looks like, and you can tell it's kind of been there and back. We don't want to put that back in there. So there's my new ones. Like I say, I ordered these from Friday Parts, so I'll put a link in the description for you too. So if you're doing an 855, you can grab those as well. So that's what our new ones look like there. Looks like they're the same. Squirt angle's the same. Length is the same. Cutout looks good. They look the same, except that this one's got a smaller O-ring. This one has like a big packing, and that one's got just like a regular O-ring on there. So, but otherwise it looks like a pretty nicely made piece. So all we're going to do is lube those up, stick them in. Oh, that fits tight. Huh, why is that so much tighter? Oh, I found it. Okay, so the ones that came out of here have a bit of a step right here, and then that is made a lot thinner. This one, the whole body is the same thickness all the way through, so that's why it's a little tighter. I guess that makes sense. So I'll get just a little bit of grease around there, like so. Maybe even some on the body to help it slide in. Get that lined up about there. And we'll tap them in there. Just got to get this aligned properly. Man, that is nice and snug. That is probably not going to come out of there real easy next time, but most of the time I break them off anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. I can't see it. Connecting rod's in the way. Oh, there it is. Yeah, perfect. Just shooting it right where we want it. Awesome. Let's put the rest of them in. So I want to mention these go into the oil gallery, which is right here. So this is high pressure oil inside here, and it drops through a port inside there. And these things have this O-ring on the outside to prevent oil from leaking past, but they have no seal here. It's just the plastic that seals it. So it is kind of nice to have them that tight. These won't leak like as much as the old ones did. Of course, when they do leak, it just leaks into the engine, but still, we want lots of pressure here to fire lots of oil in the bottom of those pistons for cooling. And lube. So that's good. Nice tight fit. And a little Loctite on our bolts, and we can stick them in. Oh, I guess I don't have that one right. Oh, I do. Okay, let's see if we can tighten these up. Awesome. Those are installed. And if we look up inside there we can see the cooling jet. Nozzle pointed like it should be. Awesome. Actually, seeing as the camshaft isn't in here, you can see those nozzles pretty good looking past where the cam would normally be. There's that one under there. That one there. Awesome. Well, there it is, guys. We have a fully rotating bottom end now. That stuff is all complete. We got the pistons on the rods. We got our ring gap measured and set. Rings installed in the pistons. Pistons installed in the block. Rod bearings installed. Everything's torqued up. Spun it over. It turns great. Got the piston cooling jets installed. So that rotating assembly is now complete. And that's going to do it for today's video. Appreciate you watching, as always. Looking forward to your comments. And I will see you next week on the next one.